Branden, how you doing today?
I'm great.
Right on, man.
Memorial Day,
Memorial Day, long weekend.
non-weekend. Yeah. Well, this is actually my weekend. So my full-time job, Mondays and Tuesdays, it's my weekend.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do you do that like every time you go? You have those days off all the time, or
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
just this one time?
It's consistent.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you mind asking you where what do you do for work?
I'm a boiler attendant at a hospital in Thousand Oaks.
A boiler attendant.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Okay, so the boilers at the hospital, we have 4, and they make heat and steam for the hospital.
Okay.
For hot water, and they provide heating and cooling. So we gotta monitor all those all day. If I'm doing an 8-hour shift, I have to be there monitoring them. Someone has to be there 24/7 to watch them.
Oh wow!
And it's not just the boilers; it's like all the like cooling equipment.
And
temperatures in the rooms,
and that's for like all the water in the whole building. So
yeah.
like for the emergency room, plus also the
everywhere,
bathrooms and showers and everything.
Everywhere, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. It sounds intensive though. Is it like monitored by computers, or are you just manually looking at dials and stuff?
Oh, now it's more computerized and automated.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. There's not much to do. Like it's like every hour we have to go up and check stuff, and then we'll get random like service calls to like fix stuff.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
It keeps me busy.
That's really cool. How long you been doing that?
I've been there for 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we have this contractor at the hospital.
Wait, though. You said 7 years.
Yeah.
You don't look old enough to be working somewhere for 7 years. How old are you, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm 27.
Okay. Oh, man, That's pretty cool. So you were in there right at 20 years old?
Yeah, 20.
Basically right out of high school.
Yeah, so
Wow.
high school, my first job was I think it was 16.
Yeah.
So I've always, wanted to work and provide for myself.
You're always a go-getter.
Go-getter,
That's
yeah.
good. That's good. You don't see a lot of that in the youth today. A lot of people want to not do stuff, they want to, take it easy and not work. But, if your motivation sounds like it's a good motivation. So you get there at 20 years old, you get the job.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've been there for 7 years. That's pretty cool.
7 years, yeah.
Have you worked your way up in the job, or you've been doing the same thing ever since you got in?
Same thing. And I feel like the way I'm like envisioning it is I want to stay there until I have a good amount of time where I can, like a good base where I can transfer over from making like money from YouTube and stuff and make that my full time.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm able to like basically provide all of the money and use that towards my actual goals, which is like being making money from YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube, I mean, some people knock it because they say it's really not a job. You're just but it's a lot of work doing YouTube.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot of finding the right content, also focusing on what you want to do. Mm-hmm. You probably want to do the podcasting that you've been doing for a while now, but what other things are you thinking of doing?
Yeah, YouTube, podcast, stocks, real estate. Yeah, there's a lot that I have in mind right now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you always had those goals in your head for a while, or is that something that you're constantly changing every time?
It's always in the back of my mind. I've always had that.
Like when did you start like thinking about doing some stuff for YouTube?
It started early on, like really, really early on, because I have a few friends that in like the 4th or 5th grade, we would just make random videos on YouTube and just upload them for fun.
That's cool.
But that was more so just for fun.
Yeah.
But, seeing everyone just make money from YouTube, it's like, maybe we can make that into a career. Yeah. So it's always like that dream of like making money from YouTube.
Well, there's a lot of venues you can take with that. I mean, it doesn't have to be just a podcast. It could be a little mini shorts, like mini movies, mini series, mini documentaries, local stuff, state stuff, nation stuff.
It's cool because YouTube and the internet, it allows it's all based on the person and what the person wants to do.
Right.
So like however creative you are, it's like it gets rid of the middleman and you're able to be yourself.
Yeah, I love that part of it because there's nobody telling you what you should do. It's whatever your creative mind wants to do.
Right.
Right on. So are you focusing on something else right now other than your work with the hospital, just trying to make decent amount of money so you can chase your true passion, like your YouTubing, or is there something else that you're trying to accomplish right now at your young age?
Yeah, right now I'm training for an Ironman, a full
Oh shit!
Ironman. And
wait! You're talking about the competition where you're doing like 4 different events?
Yeah, it's 3 different. It's
It's
swim,
3?
bike, run.
Swim, bike, and run.
Yeah.
Wow. How long have you been training?
Okay, so doing a full distance Ironman.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 2.4 mile swim first, 112 mile bike ride, and then a full marathon, which is 26.2 miles.
Wow.
And for people to say, so my goal was to do this with 6 months of training, and I would say for like that's a wild goal to try and accomplish.
Yeah,
So
6 months doesn't sound like enough time. Have you been like working out and doing physical stuff before you did the extensive Ironman training, or is that?
I've only done 2 marathons before that, and 0
Oh, okay.
prior swimming and 0 prior cycling.
Did you know at least how to swim?
Like doggy paddle, yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
Dude, you're freaking amazing. So I'm sorry to interrupt. So
Yeah.
6 months of training for the Ironman competition.
Uh-huh.
That's wild. And how's it going?
Oh, it's going amazing right now. So we leave June 4th, which is in 2 weeks.
Oh wow. So I'm
Yeah.
catching you right before the trip.
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool. Are you gonna document it?
Yeah. So actually
cool.
right now, speaking of YouTube,
Yeah.
I've documented the whole process every week,
Okay.
just vlogging. So I've what I like about that too is it's more of like a memory. Like you get to like rewatch your progress throughout
Yeah.
the whole process, and like that's what I've done, just recorded myself and seeing myself get better throughout the weeks.
It's kind of doing like a diary,
Yeah.
but it's in video format. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. Even if it doesn't go viral or whatever, at least you have something that you can show yourself, your kids, your spouse later on. I don't know if you're married or not, but
Right.
you can show your family down the road and say, hey, this is what I did when I was 27 years old.
Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
it is.
And so, how do you feel physically? Do you feel ready to start doing it, or you think you still need a little bit of work?
I actually feel ready. I feel strong.
How's your cardio? 'Cause that's the most important one.
Yeah, cardio is actually feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
So I think it was 2 Sundays ago
Mhm.
was my first 100-mile ride. So we rode from Oxnard to Hope Ranch and then back, which is 100 miles.
That's Santa Barbara, right? Hope
yeah.
Ranch.
Yeah.
It's a nice area. I've been there several times, and it's really beautiful. Out there.
Beautiful.
They have that lake.
Oh, that
with
lake
the
is
palm
beautiful.
trees and the beautiful houses. Everyone's different.
Yeah, and they have like a park there too, like a public park. I'm like,
Yeah.
that public park is beautiful.
So when you rode your bike out there, was it a group of people or just you, or do you have a team that's helping you train?
I have a coach.
You
I
have
have
a
a coach. Shout out to my coach, Coach Nathan.
Right on, Nathan. What's up?
So funny story. January 1st,
Uh-huh.
I went to the pool. I had zero idea what I was doing. Like I said, doggy paddle. Like
Yeah.
that was my thing. Basic, just like swimming, no technique at all. And my coach, I didn't know him at the time. He was on the side next to me.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even have goggles. And he's like, hey, you want to borrow some goggles? And I asked him if he's coaching, and he said, yeah. And he turns out he's a professional. So
Oh wow. Did he see something in you right away when you started, or he's like, this guy he's not
I'm
gonna do
pretty
it.
sure he was thinking to himself, this guy
Yeah.
has no idea what he's doing.
But now he knows you're serious.
Yeah.
And do you mind me asking you, where's this competition going to be held? Is it here in the United States? Is it in California? Where is it?
It's in the Philippines.
Dude,
It's going to be in the Philippines.
really?
Yeah.
That's pretty
So-
cool.
Okay. The reason why I'm doing it in the Philippines,
Yeah.
my mom's side of the family is from the Philippines.
Okay.
And I didn't actually know this either. They're from the city that's going to be held where the race is going to be.
Oh, wow. So
I had no idea.
you might even have family over there then.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
And the reason why, I wanted to make this journey bigger than myself.
Yeah.
And my goal is to hopefully inspire people to learn about their culture and where they're from, because I have no idea like about my Filipino culture. So that's the reason why I'm actually going out there to learn.
That's amazing. Were you born here in the States?
Yeah, first generation.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So your parents came from the Philippines? Well, your
Yeah.
mom did.
Yeah.
And then she's never taken you out there to go see where she was born and
No.
meet your long lost aunt or something, your uncle,
No.
your cousin, something.
No. First,
Oh,
it's gonna
man.
be for beautiful experience to soak in all that.
Yeah, I think it is. When we stay in the United States all the time, you kind of lose track of what the rest of the world looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glad you're going because it's going to be a really nice experience for you, mostly because you're going to see where your roots came from,
Exactly.
You're going to learn a little bit about your culture.
Yeah.
And then something that your mom has told you before, it's going to make total sense once you go live out there. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad you're doing it.
Yeah.
And so that's cool. And how long are you going to stay over there in the Philippines, do you know? Or are you just going to play it by ear and just go on a one-way ticket and then come back whenever you're ready to come back?
So the whole trip is gonna be 3 weeks. I'm actually half Korean as well.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna meet my family out in Korea as well.
Oh, wow.
And
You going to go to both places?
Yeah.
Wow.
Document the whole process and like make a kind of a mini documentary.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a camera crew with you, or are you just going to go GoPro and just do it yourself, or how are you going to document it?
Oh, this is cool because the person that introduced me, well, like we kind of started together with video. He's actually coming with me, so he's gonna help document the whole the process, and then after we're gonna party. So we're gonna
That's
have
very
fun.
cool. Are you gonna post that? I'm looking forward to seeing it. That sounds pretty interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I grew up more of like you said, the American culture.
Yeah.
And my Asian culture was sort of lost. So that's.
Do you have any other family here from your mom's side that kind of brings the culture a little bit sometimes with either with their food or with their mannerisms or with their the way they speak?
I would say food for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the main thing. Tagalog, Filipino language, they speak it, but I didn't learn it.
Yeah. How are you going to communicate over there, dude?
Oh, they actually speak a fair amount of English over there. Yeah. In Korea, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Korea.
I would imagine maybe Korea has more English than the Philippines because they are involved more with trade with the United States. So I don't know, maybe.
Oh, maybe
Maybe there'll be a little bit more English in Korea, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I've never been to either the Philippines or Korea, but I've seen pictures and I've had family members that have gone to
cool.
both places and they said they're beautiful. They always rave about the food, especially the Filipino food. It's very similar to Mexican food where it's have a lot of really rich tastes, like the spicy, the lemony, the hot.
Yeah.
It should be cool.
There's a lot of Spanish words and last names as well.
Yeah,
because the Philippines was conquered by Spain.
Yeah, it's just like Mexico, same thing.
Yeah.
That's very cool, man. 27 years old and you're already doing more shit than I've done in my whole life. That's pretty cool.
Just trying because.
So what inspired you to go into that competition? Did you say, what the hell, I'm going to try it? Or did the YouTube influence you to do that? You want to do something cool and then you jumped in that opportunity? Or what happened first, the opportunity or the doing it?
I think it was, so I did 2 marathons before this. And I'm like, what's harder than this? So like, what's the next challenge? Once I complete something, I'm like, okay, what's the next thing that I can do? So I just went like I chose this, and this is probably going to be the hardest challenge that I've done so far.
It sounds like it because it's 3 things, and 2 of them you weren't that familiar with.
Yeah.
The cycling, most of it is cardio, but the swimming, I mean, you have the right technique because if you don't have the right technique, you're gonna wear yourself out.
Exactly.
And you have to pace yourself so you can make sure that you finish.
100%.
That's very cool.
Yeah, 100%. And it is a long-term game, and something that I've learned is that this race is it's a physical and mental thing, but it's also you have to stay on top of your nutrition. Like nutrition is a huge thing.
What is it that you have to change on nutrition to kind of get ready for this? I mean, your marathon probably helped you to kind of gauge it a little bit.
Yeah.
But what are some of the things that you have to change when you're doing these things that are taxing on your body?
Oh, like during the race, I would say it's more so carbohydrates. Like your body is burning carbohydrates while you're racing, so you need to ingest the amount that you're losing. I would say
Pizza,
like
pasta,
like gels, like electrolytes, water, sort of like Gatorade.
What about before the race, like to get ready, like to keep your machine body?
Oh, carbs, yeah, like pasta,
Yeah.
oatmeal, rice, just anything like with carbohydrates.
Yeah. And is that something that was hard for you to do, or is that something that you just like carbs been eating carbs all your life?
Oh, I like for this training, I can eat whatever I want, but I don't have a certain thing that I eat. Like I basically just eat whatever I want.
You just take in the calories?
Calories, yeah.
Just to fill up the tank.
Yeah.
That's
because like
cool.
on some days I'll burn like 5,000 calories, which is a lot.
Are you keeping track of your vitals and your calorie intake and calorie output, or are you just kind of playing it by ear?
I'm kind of playing it by ear, but I do want to take a blood test though.
Yeah.
Like to see where like my blood levels are at and everything. That'd be kind of cool to learn.
Yeah, and also something to put on your little mini movie that you're making.
Yeah. Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Hey, look at this is where I'm at. This is what's happening. So
that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. You're doing a lot of cool stuff.
It's just the drive, because I feel like growing up, my parents, like, I feel like they struggled. And for people listening, like if you have parents struggle, like you understand. And there was a lot of hard times. So I feel like that made like the drive made me not want to be in that position.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what can I do to not be in that position? Like I had to like read self-help books. I have to invest in myself.
Yeah. It's very important. A lot of people don't, especially nowadays, they want the instant gratification, and that shit doesn't work. It's good for a while, but then it's done.
Right.
It sounds like you've already learned this, that your journey is actually more important than the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling some of my other guests, it's like when the finish line of what you're trying to do, that's like your dessert. That's where you get your reward, But the journey where you're practicing, getting up at 5, 6 in the morning, doing the run, doing the swim, that's your food. That's your substance. That's what gets you ready to get the dessert and enjoy it.
100%.
And you learn more from the process than it is from the actual finish.
100%.
It sounds like you've already learned that at a young age.
I think, I don't know when I exactly learned it, but I remember reading this book, The Alchemist. I don't know if you've read it, but
I've heard of it. Yes.
In that book, I'm gonna butcher this.
Go for it.
But he goes to this king's castle, and this king hands him a spoon, and he tells him to stare at the spoon, and he's like walking up the stairs and stuff like that, showing him around the house, but he's focused on the spoon, and there's all these like beautiful paintings and all this stuff around the house, and he's like, "Do you remember this painting?" But he was too focused on the spoon rather than like looking around and enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
So that was like an analogy to what you just said.
Yeah, absolutely. People walking around with blindfolds.
Yeah.
Not stopping and looking around.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pop up your head once in a while and look around and see what's out there.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's your, have you thought about your next thing after the Ironman competition, or are you just kind of playing life by ear?
That's actually, I have like a few things in the back of my head right now, but I just want to focus on this first and do one thing at a time, because I feel like I have ADHD, and once I go down this rabbit hole, like I'll start like diverting from like my actual purpose. So I like this year was the first year I feel like I've like blocked everything out and focused on one thing. Yeah,
well, ADHD is something that I grew up with too.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you the option to multitask and do a lot of stuff half-assed.
Mm-hmm.
But when you find something that you really love, you micro-focus on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you've probably noticed this too. Like when you, like me doing this thing, once I flick the switch that I have to get it done, I was constantly thinking of what to do next.
Right.
And sometimes it was a 2-inch little step that I did, and sometimes it was a whole block of steps that I did to get to get it started.
Right.
But the ADHD in our brains kind of helps us hyper focus when we find something that we love. So
I think it is a superpower for sure.
it does give you a little bit of a boost.
Yeah.
Because you're hesitant at first until you hit the switch, and then once you hit the switch, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to veer away from it. You're constantly thinking about it.
Sometimes
to a detriment, but most of the time it's a good thing.
Right. One thing that I'm really, really skeptical about is when they diagnose kids and they say how they have ADHD and start giving them pills to like calm them down. I don't think that's cool. That is not cool. It suppresses their creativity and their superpower.
Yeah, well, I think it's giving the kid the pill to calm them down and to get them not to be hyper. I think it's a shortcut. It's a lazy way of dealing with it. I think they need to do more studying and more research on how to deal with kids that have ADHD, because I think most of the time they're bored because their mind's going 300 miles an hour while everybody else is going 100 miles an hour,
right?
And so they're just bored,
right?
And they can't keep that attention because what they're hearing is like it gets lost in all their thoughts that they have in their brain.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to figure out a way to hack that without using all those chemicals, And hopefully maybe AI will help with that. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think AI will help with that or no? Have you researched any AI? Have you any thoughts on it?
Yeah. I think with all technology, it's a matter of who's using it, because you could use it for evil or you could use it for good.
Right.
And it's just the intentions and the person using that technology.
Yeah. But what are your feelings about the technology of artificial intelligence? Do you think
I think it's awesome.
You think it's good for doing good things?
Yeah. But again, it could be used for bad. So
yeah. So you're in the thought that the technology will always be controlled by humans. You don't think the technology will ever realize that it's something
sentient, it's like alive?
Yeah, and knows that it's aware that it's something that's...
I think that's the big question. It's like, when does it become sentient and conscious?
Yeah.
And if it does it render humans obsolete?
I don't know. That's a scary one, man. That's a scary one. I keep going back and forth with it. My brain keeps going, I have the little devil on this side and the angel on this side.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think as long as it doesn't become self-aware, where it knows it's a living thing and it's smarter than humans, because it will be smarter than humans. But as long as it's not aware of that, I think it'll be amazing. It'll solve new puzzles that we have that we need to solve as humans.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give us new technologies, new materials to build new things. It'll run simulations much faster than humans will.
Mm-hmm.
But it's when that switch gets turned on in the AI's brain where it knows it's sentient and it's know that this dumber people are trying to control it.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. I mean, like the analogy that I used with, I think it was Alex when I was talking to him about it. I said if the chimps were to make humans, and humans are smarter than chimps, there's no way the chimps are going to control us to do what they want us to do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll lie to them. We'll deceive them. We'll say, yeah, we'll do everything you say. We'll go get your bananas. We'll go get you the water. You just stay here and we'll rub your feet so you can be comfortable. And in the meantime, we're working out a plot to take them over and get rid of them.
It's the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, exactly. The Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
So if that's the deal, then I don't think a more intelligent being is going to be submissive to a less intelligent being. That's my thinking.
Okay, there's a couple theories about aliens.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is that they have a deal with the government, and they're basically like trading off that, like the aliens are giving information and technology to the government while they're trading off people, or like, I think that's one of the theories.
Yeah.
And I don't know what are your thoughts on aliens and stuff like that.
On aliens, man, aliens is kind of like But what do you call aliens? Aliens are beings from other places that are not here, right?
Yeah, outside
So
of Earth.
if you think about it,
Extraterrestrial.
yeah, extraterrestrial. So, do you believe that we're going to be able to go to Mars in the next 20 years?
I think so. I think that's a possibility.
Okay, so when we
Yeah.
land on Mars,
We're aliens.
we're aliens, right?
Yeah.
Because we're leaving our planet to go to another planet.
Right.
So, and our technology has been around, what, for 150 years, 100 years at the most? Our electronic technology with computers and chips and processors. The transistor, when was it discovered?
I have no
1957?
idea. Yeah.
Somewhere around that time.
Right.
And so, and not even 100 years, and we're already doing freaking AI that thinks on itself and programs itself. So it would be foolish for me to think that there's not other living organisms that have figured this shit out that are much older than us that can do that already. So I know that was a long-winded answer, but I think there's a great possibility that there are aliens out there. Now, whether they're here, giving us the information, you can make a case for that.
Yeah.
Because,
right.
like I said, since 1957, when the first transistor was invented, till now, who gave us the plan to do the transistor? How did we come with it? It was all.
Well, here's what I think when you say that.
Yeah.
When was it Thomas Edison made the light bulb?
Yeah.
I don't think he discovered it. I think it was already there. Meaning nothing new is under the sun, if that makes sense. Like, he was just the person to discover it. I don't know how to put this into words.
I'm following you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm following you. So let me ask you a question, just to kind of help you with the conversation.
Yeah.
So you're saying that our conscience, which differentiates us from all the other living things in this world,
yeah,
you think that's how aliens would communicate with us, would give us the ideas? Like
possibly.
They throw it in our subconsciously in our brain, and we find a way to figure it out.
Maybe
that could be a way of doing it.
Well, I think also this physical reality, there's so much more to this physical reality that we can't see.
Yeah, I think we see 7% or 6%.
Yeah,
everything else is
right, all these wavelengths that we can't see.
Yeah,
all
the different light layers that are out there that we can't even feel or see. I mean, gravity, we can't see gravity, but it's there.
Yeah, it would be too intense.
Yeah, and we're so freaking apish that we think, if I can't see it, it's not true. So yeah, I think we're kind of on the same page as far as aliens. It sounds like you think there are aliens, and they are giving us information. Is that what you think? You think there's a good probability
of that? There's a good chance of that. I don't like to say that there's not. I don't like to say 100% sure that there's not, because when you do, you close yourself off to possibilities.
Yeah.
So I like to stay open-minded.
And also, how many times have humans been wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
But we always thought the Earth was the center of the universe.
Right.
It's not. We always thought, leeches would cure our diseases.
Or and
when they didn't.
The Salem witch trials, and
yeah,
they would call people witches and burn them.
Yeah, if throw them in the water. If it drowns, then it wasn't a witch. But if they don't drown, then we have to kill them because they're a witch.
But also, I love the pyramids, studying the pyramids, and I do believe that whoever made the pyramids made those to implant technology and for that not to get lost throughout time if there was a catastrophic event that would happen. And there's a lot of information in the pyramids, as far as let's see, it's aligned to true north, which is how do people know that 10,000, 6,000 years ago?
Yeah.
How would people know that? It's aligned to what's the constellation? Sirius, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Orion's belt.
Orion's belt.
Yeah, it's aligned to Orion's belt.
It's aligned with the stars in a certain way.
Yeah.
They also say that they're kind of set in a way where it takes advantage of all the Earth vibration to reach a certain key where it could take certain gases and turn them into energy that gets dissipated to the rest of the surroundings around it.
Right, a power plant.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of cool shit that's coming out right now. It's a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we live in a beautiful time right now, I think, and it's going to get even better, I believe, and I hope so, knock on wood, that where we have all the information at our fingertips,
Yeah.
20 years ago, before you started being curious, if I was curious, I had no resource. I'd go to the library, find a book that's 20 years old with old writings on it, and have one little paragraph to show me whatever, right?
Right.
Now,
it's all on the phone.
you pick up your freaking phone and you have all the information there.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad information, but there's a lot of good information too from credible sources.
Right.
And so we live in an amazing time, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right. And then, like right now, when we're doing this little talk that we're having, we might be talking bullshit. We might be talking out of our ass.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me.
No, it's called the people talking. It's not called talking correctly.
Don't sue me.
Right. And so, but what I'm saying is we're having this conversation, and somebody in China, somebody in Japan, somebody in the Philippines can check it out as soon as you post it. That's crazy.
It is.
It's amazing. It's alien technology.
If you were to ask someone, like you said, 100 years ago, if you could transmit video live on a phone, doing FaceTime, that would be crazy.
Yeah, they would freaking nail you to a cross and bury you and burn you alive.
Right.
They say he's a witch. That's crazy.
I actually went down to Egypt to the pyramids and saw them in
Giza?
In Giza, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go there and made it out there. The tickets were super cheap. I think it was $600 round trip.
Oh wow, that is super cheap.
It was actually right. I think it was right before COVID happened or during COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And was it just you went by yourself?
It was just me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You went on the trip by yourself?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. How was it?
Kind of sketchy.
Nah. Anything out of the U.S. is sketchy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to a lot of different places in Mexico and in different spots, and you get out of the resort and it's always sketchy.
Oh yeah.
You see the way people live, and you always feel a little, like you said,
on
sketchy.
edge a little bit. Yeah. But overall, it was cool.
How long did you stay over there when you went to Giza?
To Cairo, it was a week. I stayed in Cairo for a week. I had no plan, just booked my trip, and all I knew was I wanted to see the pyramids.
Yeah.
And I landed in the airport. Funny thing, I was recording, and the people in the airport were like, "Hey, are you recording? I need to delete all your footage."
Why?
I guess that's just
Egypt.
Egypt, yeah. But I mean, that's I don't want to categorize them as that, but that's just my experience. That's what happened.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that, where they don't want you to record anything. So did they make you delete the file?
Yeah, I deleted whatever I was recording, I guess, in the airport. But once I left the airport, I was vlogging and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how far away from the hotel that you stayed at? I'm sure.
I think it was a 30-minute drive.
Wow, not that far.
But I didn't even have my hotel booked. And
oh shoot!
So like I said, it was really sketchy. I landed in the airport. It was midnight, and I was trying to find an Uber, but there was these taxi drivers. They looked kind of sketch. So I just went with one of the dudes, and I'm like, damn, so I found a hotel, and I'm like, damn, where is this guy taking me? Is he taking me to my hotel?
Yeah.
Well, he did take me to my hotel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Scary though.
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
So you get there, and did they have a room for you and everything?
Yeah, it was all good.
And then once you got settled in, and you took calm down a little bit. How was the food in Egypt? I never been over there.
It was cool. It was good, but I wouldn't say it's spectacular.
Yeah. So you get from the hotel and you make the the arrangements to go to get to the pyramids. How was that when you went?
Well, actually, so I didn't have a tour guide. I was basically just gonna like wing it by myself. But one of my tour guide, like I found a tour guide. He saw that I was lost. And let me make this statement: a lot of, and I'm sure you know this, a lot of people there or anywhere part of the world will try and screw you over. Like they'll
Oh.
like, I mean, meaning like if they see you're a tourist, they'll try and like charge you more extra
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Well,
I found a trustworthy guy. So
they're hustlers.
Yeah.
Like the hustle.
yeah. So I found a trustworthy guy.
Cool.
And a cool, dope tour guide. Shout out to Rashid.
Right, Rashid, what's up?
And he took me to some pyramids. I was actually able to go inside. It was amazing, like just climbing down the pyramid. And
Did he have any history of what of the pyramids or no? He just kind of walked you to the cool spots.
he was showing me like the local spots and telling me some history about Egypt.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you get to go into the pyramid, or did you just kind of walk around it, or how does that work?
I didn't get to go into the Great Pyramid, but I did go into these 3 smaller pyramids, which were, I forgot how far away they were from Giza, but it's the Bent Pyramid, which I believe that they tried recreating the Giza pyramids in this location. So there's the Bent Pyramid, it's like the Red Pyramid and the Black Pyramid, something like that. I was able to go in those.
Okay.
And it was really cool. There was like some steps leading down there, and the construction was really cool. Seeing everything like just perfectly aligned, like blocks and stuff like that.
Were they made by the same people that made the Giza, or was that just something trying to replicate?
I think they were trying
Giza?
to replicate them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Man,
then was able to go to Giza and see like the massive stones, and I'm like, how are they able to do this?
Yeah. No, they did it with copper tools.
It was copper tools and
Yeah, bullshit.
slaves and like
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I might be full of it, but I don't think they did it with copper tools and with slaves.
no,
They would never get it done.
no.
And then moving them and making them, placing them in the perfect spot with perfect alignment.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, if maybe they did it one time in Giza, but they're all over the world, and they have the exact same symmetries and the exact same, way of having them made.
That and they're aligned astronomically.
Yeah, maybe it was the Acme pyramid builders that did it. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, even with our technology, it's like today we can't do that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it wouldn't be feasible for us to do
No.
it. And if we did, it would take a really long time to build. So,
Right.
and then why build it? That's the whole thing. I mean, just to bury your king, I don't think people would put that much effort into burying a king.
Mm-mm.
I think it has to do more with technology that we haven't discovered yet.
Yep.
Nikola Tesla, not the Tesla cars that are out today, but Nikola Tesla,
Right.
he talked about the pyramid and the shape.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that there's a way to, get free electricity to the people wirelessly.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's what the technology that the pyramids had,
Maybe.
where it gave them a power source so that they can, do things. And,
yeah. AC DC.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those controversial things that we still don't know the answer. That's one of the, we only know a little bit about our world and our universe.
Yeah.
We still haven't discovered that yet.
Also, the burning of the Library of Alexandria, which
Yeah.
is like, again, I think, I don't know for sure, but I want to say that there's a lot of stuff in the Vatican that they don't show the people.
Why though? You gotta ask why.
Those who control information control
Yeah.
the masses.
That's crazy. That's not cool, man. Get the
That's
information out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's very cool. Are your parents happy that you're going to this triathlon? That you're going to the Philippines?
Yeah, they're excited.
Is your mom like super stoked?
Yeah, like my mom and my grandma are, because I don't think they've ever gone back since they left.
Are they going with you?
No.
Oh, man, that'd be cool to take them over there
Yeah, I'm gonna FaceTime them live, so they'll be there like
in spirit. And
yeah.
also in
virtually.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And how long has it been since your mom have returned back to the Philippines?
So I think she was born in 72, and she moved here when she was 13.
Okay.
So 85.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
And
85.
she hasn't gone back ever since.
No.
Wow. Does she miss it? Does she ever say she wants to go back, or she's like, no, I'm happy here?
I think she's cool. She's cool being here.
Yeah.
Because I think they were like from the really poor side, like digging out from trash. I want to say that that's what they were doing.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of people here that are that way. I mean, when I was growing up, I was poor.
Yeah.
There was no, it's not like if we ate meat once a week, that was a good meal,
Yeah.
Our protein was the beans and the tomatoes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we all go through hard times, but
There's actually a cool, I mean, I wouldn't say cool, but there's a meal that they have there. It's from food that's like been thrown away, like half eaten from these restaurants. And what they do is they buy that the trash food.
Yeah.
And they like
The leftovers.
the leftovers, and they pick it all out and they refry it and recook it.
Oh, wow.
And like they eat it over there. So
Yeah.
definitely something I want to try out there as well.
Yeah, well, some families do that here in the United States. You make the meal and then you have some leftovers the next day. You cook the turkey for Thanksgiving, and the next day you have sandwiches.
Oh no,
You
like from
repurpose
the
it.
trash. It's like from the dumpster.
Oh, okay. That's a little different.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't do that here.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Do you have any other hobbies other than the podcast, or do you have any other stuff that you like to do? I mean, sounds like you have a pretty busy schedule all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I like to play soccer. Like I said, I have some sort of ADHD. So like
Yeah.
I used to play soccer, basketball. I used to skate.
That's cool.
I did a little bit of rock climbing. What else? I like to travel.
Yeah.
Traveling is cool.
Yeah. Do you usually travel by yourself?
Lately I did, because I think it would be hard to like line up everyone's schedule.
Yeah.
And it's just hard to like plan stuff, I feel like, and get everyone on the same schedule. So I would just go by myself.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to travel with friends and stuff, and I think that's it's a lot funner.
But yeah, you have somebody to experience the trip with you,
Yeah.
and then you have somebody to talk shit to over there too.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's always fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Branden, thank you so much. This is amazing.
Thank you.
I really hope you do well on your competition that you're going to in your mom's hometown. I'm sure you're gonna make her proud.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to publish or announce to the people that watch the podcast?
Yeah. If anyone's watching this, I'm going to be dropping a documentary. I'm also vlogging out there as well. So check out the vlogs on YouTube. It's just my name, Branden Dale, BrandenDale on YouTube. And I'm going to be uploading all the content on there. So should be fun.
Nice, man. I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you for being here. This is an awesome studio.
Appreciate it.
And
I'd like to talk to you when you come back from your trip to kind of tell me how it went.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Cool, man. Branden, it was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. First time meeting.
Have a good one.
Thank you.